Look, it didn't even show me that we was on. Hi, y'all.
See?
It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. All right,
Yeah.
so we got a special treat today. We are going to talk about navigating life after the passing of a partner. And we're going to have our guest introduce herself, and we're going to roll from there.
Okay. Am I the guest in question? Okay.
You are.
I'm telling my kids come get these doggone pets out here because y'all hear barking.
You
It's
fine.
But
okay.
well, I'm Nikki. I go by Sunshine. Everybody knows me as Sunshine. Mom of two. With her now for 3 years, 2021. I lost my husband, partner, baby daddy, best friend, all those things wrapped into one. So we're going to talk about, navigating things, things that I've learned that help me. Definitely want to help anyone else that has questions. So I'm open. I'm an open book. Me and Coco go way back. She knows my story. So I'm really open. If I can help somebody else, ask me anything. I can take
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on and being a part of what I'm sure is not an easy conversation. We really, really appreciate you for that.
We
it.
really do.
No
All
problem.
right, Cole, you want to start?
Okay. So, of course, we all have your partner. I want to say, how many years ago has it been? A
3
year?
years. 3
3
years now.
Wow.
2021. Yeah.
Okay. Years. You did say that.
The time
So,
flew by.
what has been the hardest part for you?
Oh, there has not been one hard part, The biggest obstacle I feel like anytime you lose someone that close is parenting now alone. That
Okay.
is something that I had never planned to do. I had always been that person that felt like, me and my spouse will grow old together, raise these kids together, have grandchildren together, and make those memories. That
Uh-huh.
has been the most difficult part for me because our daughters were so young when it happened. One was getting ready to turn 11 and one was turning 13. So that's a very, delicate, impressionable age for girls. And they were indeed daddy's girls. He taught them to cook. He took them fishing. My girls have a lot of skills that some girls may not have because they spend so much time with their dad. So that I think has been the most difficult part because I have to make a lot of decisions, parenting. And now that I don't have that other part to make certain decisions, I sometimes question myself. I question my decisions, the things that I allow the girls to do or don't allow them to do for that matter, but because I don't have him to kind of bounce things off. And I still struggle with, well, what would your daddy say? Well, what would he think? Would he be upset if I do this? And those kinds of things. So I do a lot of second guessing still, when it comes to the children. So that would be the number one is hard. Number two, I think when you've had someone next to you for so long, I don't like sleeping alone. And when you've had that person next to you, for so many years and shared the pillow talk and the conversations that you want to have with just him. And when things good happen or something bad, or if I get pissed off and I know I want to have that conversation with him because he'll know what to say or know how to not fix it for me, but just listen to what I'm saying or make a joke or, he'll be on my side. If I say something about somebody at work, yeah, we're gonna whoop that, whatever, just to make me laugh, going along with whatever I say. So I miss my friend. I miss my partner. I miss the other part of me that, people don't understand. We always project a certain person when we're out in public. We project a certain person at work. We have to be a certain way with our families, but when we're at home and you have your person that you can just be you, I can, hair standing on top of my head and that person still think you're beautiful when you're looking crazy walking around here and there's no pretenses. You don't have to pretend, So I miss that. I really miss that. It's so many other things, but those are my top two that I really, really miss about him. He was a real jokester, Coco,
He
um,
was.
a real
He
joke, life of the party, love to make everybody else comfortable.
great.
Yeah,
Real
just
fun.
a cool person from the West Side. So, just a great person. And I was really blessed to marry into a great family, and that's something I hear people talk about a lot, that they can't stand their in-laws. That's not my story. I love my in-laws. I love my sisters-in-law, my nieces that I have, from them. We are all still very close knit. That won't ever change. I love that. They're so super supportive with everything, that I do and that I go through. So, I was definitely blessed in that right. Blessed also the fact that my kids don't have a lot of those questions like, what kind of person was he? What did he like? Because they experienced so much of him for so long. I'm really glad I don't have to answer those types of questions because they know him. We have videos and pictures, and sometimes I get in my feelings and I post stuff, still. And, nostalgia kicks in. I got on his grill this past weekend, right before Easter, and that nostalgia kind of kicked in when I smelled the barbecue, and just things like that. So those memories pop up and make it kind of difficult from time to time. But I tell people all the time, I got the best parts of them still. I have my girls.
Mm-hmm.
So I take it in stride.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a simple question for right now. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good today. I was a little nervous when Coco sent me a message this morning because it was just like out of the blue. I know she and I had talked about it before, but she kind of eased it. Oh, well, we're going to let you watch a couple more and, let you get prepared. That joker didn't do that. That joker called me this morning. It was like, yeah, she said, we chose your topic. So I'm good today. It feels good a lot of times to talk about it, though, for real. Me and my girlfriends, we sit at the round table, we call it the Honeycomb Hideout. We go to on Saturdays, we pull the hookahs out, we cook and, drink. And we were having kind of this conversation about, dating, after you've, been with someone for so long and what that dating pool looks like. And we were laughing, talking about, the dating pool is giving Lake Lanier right now.
It is.
And I don't want to, so I laugh about it, but I feel good. I feel real good. I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm happy to be here with y'all.
We're happy to have you, honestly.
Yes, we are. What are some of like the best memories you have?
Oh, goodness. Girl, where do I start? I guess I could go all the way back, probably to the beginning. When I tell you how I met him, Coco. It's so funny because I tell my girls today I should have never took that piece of gum. But we were outside. He offered me a piece of gum, and I took the doggone gum, and I should have never took that gum. Look at me now. But just the way he courted me. We were friends before we started dating and things like that, and we were like two peas in a pod. People used to think that we were related because we were so close and we were together just that much. If you saw one, you saw the other. Mm-hmm. So those memories of when we met and the memories of when when him and my father first met and started to kind of mix and mingle. Girl, my daddy did a background check on this man and told me this man had a wife and 5 kids, and we were young. We were too young to even have a wife and 5 kids, but they went through some changes and they ended up being the very best of friends. They were the same sign, so many qualities that were so much alike. And I think that's why I fell in love with him. He was so much like my dad. Mm-hmm. Just memories of him and the girls going fishing, us hanging out, or the Friday nights when he would come in. He drove trucks. He was a car hauler. So he would come in on Fridays, and those were our quiet time. We would tease girls, if you hear that music loud, don't come to my door. Just, the laughter, the memories, always just having a good time. Always having a good time. So I have so many memories and just pictures and videos of them just cutting up. I think about the day we got married. I was 3 days away from having our oldest daughter. So I was good and big. And when I tell you we laughed in the courthouse, we just laughed at each other, exchanging these vows, thinking I was going to pop. But we were trying to hurry up and get married before that baby came. So, yeah, I have a lot of memories, a lot of really good memories, boundaries. I'm blessed in that, right? That, I can say the good outweighed the bad. It really did.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really did.
How did you, I don't want to, how were you able, or what did you have in place or put in place to help you to maneuver to this place where you can have this conversation and it not be as hard as it may be for someone else? Like the heartbreak of it. Like, how were you able to get to where you are today?
Well, a lot of people may have not have experienced some things in life that I have already experienced that kind of prepared me for certain losses. And I understand that death is a part of life. And even when you lose someone suddenly, we can't be selfish, and wanting them to continually be here with us through whatever the issue is. But having a very healthy circle around you, prayer, definitely being able to be honest with yourself, though, and understanding that there's just some things we can't control in life. And I've learned that, if I can't control it, I'd have to leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Just being still, therapy. And people sometimes frown on therapy, but therapy can help in so many ways. And it doesn't have to be traumatic experiences. It can be anything, but anyone that goes through anything needs to be willing to open up about it. Yeah. Because harboring those emotions will cause you to explode. And I just couldn't afford to explode having 2 children. Right. Just so often us as Black women, women of color in general, and even women, I'm gonna say just women. I ain't gonna even put it on there, but sometimes as women, we're just put in that position where our motto is, I'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. I just got to figure it out. And I think it was about a year ago, I had to kind of pump my brakes and think about some things and say, you need to go through this, because it had been a while before I kind of really acknowledged my own pain, my own grief, not wanting to cry, just be like, nope, I got to suck it up. I can't do this right now. I can't let the girls see me like this, right. So definitely being honest with yourself and being willing to open up and share and just talk about things, talking about those good things always helps. It's never going to be easy. I'll never forget him. But those things definitely help. Being around his family helps, people that loved him, watching our videos, that helps, remembering the good times. But always, just letting it out. You just can't hold that stuff in. It hurts holding it in. It does. It really does. And when you finally relieve yourself of that pain, it's like a weight's been lifted off of you. You can live your life. You can see clearer. You can be brighter. There are some things that I had wanted to do a long time, just being in certain relationships, you just would never do. Yeah. Like when I locked my hair, I would have never locked my hair had he still been here, because he didn't like locks. I love him.
Right.
But because that's not how he liked my hair, of course, that's your man. You gonna do it the way he want to look at you, right? So that's what I did. Yeah. But just a lot of things, finding ways to release and just let go, and finding yourself again. We get wrapped up in our families and being mom and being the wife, that we forget who we are as individuals. Yeah. And we have to really, really get back to that and spend some time on ourselves. I know I went off on a tangent, didn't I?
No, you didn't. You didn't, because we don't know who's actually viewing, or who may be in this place, or who may end up in this place. I feel like everything has a reason. Everything, like you said, everything happens for a reason. You just may not know.
And you don't. And you take advantage of every moment that you have with people. One thing I will say this, and I live by this wholeheartedly. After this happened, I started exercising boundaries, and I had to even tell people closest to me, I'm going to do what makes me and my girls happy, and I don't care what it looks like to anybody else.
Right. Yeah.
And I live by it. When I want to get up and go, me and my kids, I tell you, we gone. when I want to do this for them, when I want to, whatever it is we want to do that makes us happy, that's what we're going to do. Life is too short. I got knocked over the head with life being too short. I never expected to raise these kids by myself.
Yeah.
You know? So you have to live every day like it's your last. I do not want the shoulda, coulda, I wish we had. I want to live like, girl, remember when we did.
Right.
You know, and that's a different, you know, you want to live, not just exist. And I learned that, you know, just make yourself happy. Make yourself happy.
So my question is, and if this take you back too far, don't answer. But when you got that phone call about what had happened, like how, like, was it? Did you believe it? Was you shocked? Like, what was going through your head?
The funny thing is that whole day, because I had talked to him that Sunday, you know, said our good nights, whatever. He was on the road. It happened in Louisiana. So that Monday morning, I was texting, didn't get a reply. I didn't think nothing of it. I thought he was working. A couple of hours went by, you know, I'm texting. But by the time, like 4 o'clock got around, I'm asking the girls if, either one of y'all talked to your daddy today. Phone started going to voicemail. I'm still not thinking this.
Yeah.
Of course. An hour or so later, I get a phone call. I ignored the call. Of course, I don't, pick up some numbers that I don't know. But then it dawned on me because the number kept calling. It was from Louisiana. I said, well, Al in Louisiana. Let me answer the phone. I'm thinking his phone died. He had to get to one of the dealerships to call or whatever. Girl, when I answered the phone and it was the medical examiner and she told me, I hung up on that lady because I said, no, you got the wrong somebody. I said, I need y'all to go back and, double check that. But it was what it was. And about like my breathing is now. It was unbelievable. It was one of those moments that I kind of felt myself leave myself.
Yeah.
And was just completely weak. I didn't know what to do. I just sat there for a while and I finally made it upstairs to I just didn't know what to do. And then of course I had to make phone calls. I had to call his mom, and how in the hell do you say that, to somebody's mother, and so it just, went from there. And luckily my best friend was here. I called her and she came right on over and she kind of handled a bunch of that stuff for me because I was just out of my mind. And, I didn't even tell my girls what happened. They didn't really understand what happened until like the next day because I couldn't fathom. And I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
I felt like if I said it out my mouth, it was for real. So I didn't want to say it to them. Like that would have made it just too real if I said it to them. It was a life-changing moment because everything that we planned like kind of went through my head. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do now? I went through so many emotions. I was pissed. Like if something was wrong, why didn't I know about it? Or why didn't he call me? All the what ifs that had nothing to do with me. Right. So I had no control over any of this. So it was one of those moments where I just felt like, that it wasn't real. It was one of the most weakening moments I've ever experienced in my life. When my limbs wouldn't work.
Yeah, I'm quite sure.
Yeah.
What is something that you do like ritual wise or just anything to kind of like honor him even to this day?
We still celebrate birthdays and do the Spun Divots tradition. We still go to Spun Divots on birthdays.
I love Spun Divots.
We do that. We all have the small urns with some of the ashes in them, so we take them to places and still like we did Spun Divots, sprinkle some at the Blue Flame, in places that he frequent. Well, yeah, places that he frequent. When we travel, we'll take some and sprinkle them in the water or sprinkle them in different places that he liked to go and things like that. So every birthday, still Father's Day and those things, when I talk about the girls on my social media, I still hashtag, my LLA. Whenever I talk about them, I still say our girls, gone but never forgotten. So we still do those things. We still have pictures up in the house. We talk about him all the time. My nephew Caden, he's only 8 years old, but he remembers him so vividly.
Yeah.
He'll bring up stuff that he did with his uncle. He loved his Uncle Al. So he brings up stuff, we talk about him regularly. It's not one of those situations where we're hush about it, afraid to talk about it. He comes up in conversation all the time. And I mean, we'll do cakes. We do a whole celebration with bottles and all that good stuff. We still celebrate him.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he was such a big part, of all of our lives. He made my friends his friends. I'm like, you just gonna steal my folks? You gonna steal my friends? And our families commingled. There have been times where people didn't know which family was whose because we did stuff together all the time. My mom, his mom still talk all the time. I talk to my sisters-in-law. We still do a lot together. So I think that's the best way to honor him. And I still talk to the girls, and say, well, what you think, your dad would say? If you want to do this with the nose piercing that I had to go through, my baby turned 15. He had said 16 years old, 16. And girl, it took everything in me to wait till she was 16. But I went ahead and I had to go and pray about it. I said, Lord, please tell Al I'm sorry. Please. Because I still feel like it would have been offensive and I don't want to offend him. He ain't even here. But I still feel that way a lot of times, especially when it comes to the kids, because he was not an absentee father at all. Right. He was involved in all those decisions, and had plenty of conversation and plenty to say when it came to the girls. So I still try to be respectful of what I think he would want as a dad.
I love that.
Yeah,
I do. I really love that.
So how did the girls take it? Like, seeing once you told them, like, how did they take it? Did you feel a certain type of way having to tell them that, or you just stayed strong until after they finished going through the motion?
Well, one of my daughters is a lot like me when it comes to emotions. She'll let you know. She'll go ahead and get it out. Our oldest daughter is a lot like him. No emotion, no response. No initial reaction. It took her a while to kind of accept what was really going on. Now, my baby girl, she felt it immediately, and it was out and she was feeling her feelings. I mean, she went through a whole point where she was mad at the world. But my oldest, we had to go an extra mile for her, to kind of get her to kind of address her feelings and acknowledge what she was going through. Because there was a little bit of withdrawal. With them both. It's a huge difference in the house, when you don't hear the voices and you don't, we were talking the other night and some days I just feel like I'm going to look around and he's coming through that front door, so it was difficult for them. And I think it's still really fresh for them because they'll still ask me questions like it's just happening. And I think that's just their process. And as they get older, questions that they may have not had back then, it's starting to come up now. They want details now. They want to know what a death certificate. They reading all that good stuff. Where's my daddy's birth certificate? They want to look at all that stuff. So they're really more vested, I think, now as they're getting older and can really understand the magnitude of what happened as far as me. They understand what happened with them. They lost their dad, but they look at me sometimes and I think they wonder, if I'm okay.
Yeah.
So they went through a lot of that. And I felt like I really had to be strong for them, not knowing what to expect, not knowing how they would take it. Because they had never lost anybody close that, and especially not their parent, So I didn't know when I lost my dad, I was an adult. I was grown and married when I lost my dad. So that was different, and me and my dad was super duper close. I tease folks all the time. I said, my mama didn't even like me until my dad was gone. Me and my daddy was just that close though, So, but it was really different. But I knew the void I felt once he was gone. I can only imagine, what the girls were feeling so young and having that person they could call on and lean on. But because, like I said, I was an adult, I had a whole husband by the time, my dad passed. But there are always some things that girls need from their fathers that I worry about, them not getting. Thankfully, I have my brother, so they have, constant male figures, positive male figures in their lives that'll do anything for them. But it's still not their dad.
Yeah.
Right.
So but we're working through it though. We again, we have a lot of conversation about everything. I'm open with my girls, and I hope that they're always open with me. I tell them all the time, there is nothing you can do, nothing you can say that's gonna make me stop loving you. So whatever it is you feeling, just let me know. We're gonna work through it. I might not like it,
Right,
but I'm not finna turn my back on you.
Right.
I'm not finna put you out because I'm not gonna do all of that. No. I'd rather, the relationship with my children versus whatever the problem is. So,
Right.
I just pray that they're always open and honest with me. And I think they have been, because we've had some tough talks. We've had, some struggles, but
So
yeah, I remember how I was when I have one turning 16 next month. I remember how I was when I was her age, and I tell them all the time, you ain't nothing you think you doing that I didn't already do and better. So
they don't believe that though.
Yeah, I tell girl. But I
Mhm.
just want to really have the relationship that I would have loved to have with my mom growing up. My mother was a great mom. Nothing against her at all. She was a great mom, lovely person. Love everybody, children. I was just closer to my daddy.
Right.
And I don't know why that happened. It just is what it is, she and I would spend time and stuff together. We were cool, but my daddy was my go-to.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and I think my girls, I think my hurt, I think that's what they're going through. And they may not necessarily be going through that same thing, but I know they miss him.
right.
Yeah. I know they miss him.
Of course.
Yeah.
What's some, because this question I want to base it off of. It's a lot of people that still have their mates to this day, and they take them for granted because they really do think you tomorrow is a guarantee to do it differently. What advice would you give them?
Don't take anybody you love for granted. Like what Janice said, you don't know what you got till it's gone. If you love someone genuinely, I think you should show them every single day. It doesn't have to be materially, just the things that they like, just being around them, just that little touch or whatever, but just showing somebody that you love them. And people are just cruel sometimes to their spouses on purpose.
Yeah.
That shit ain't funny. That don't rock.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Don't do that to people that care about you. People that love you, that are in your corner, because you don't know how that's going to affect you for real. If you were able to lose someone that means that much to you, and you shouldn't wait until someone is gone to realize what somebody means to you.
That's
so much the wrong other way around.
Yeah, people need to know what folks mean to them. Take advantage of those healthy relationships, those good relationships, and make the most out of them. If it comes across your mind, like sometimes if I just think about a friend I hadn't talked to in a minute, if it came across my mind, that meant I needed to call.
Right.
Yeah.
Take those opportunities that are in our subconscious to do what we know we're supposed to do. And if you know you're not doing right by that person, fix it. Because I'm going to tell you now, the grass ain't greener. If you have one at home, honey, and he doing like he's supposed to, and he ain't whooping your tail and running up and down the street, you better get in the kitchen or whatever it is that man wants you to do, or your wife, or whoever your spouse is. Treat them people like you want them there, because there's gonna be somebody out there that's gonna want them for you.
That's true.
And then when they gone, you're gonna be looking crazy, and it'll be your fault. So I always tell people, take advantage of your healthy relationships, love on your people, and be who you're supposed to be, and work on yourself sometime, and stop looking at what's wrong with that other person. Look at what's wrong with you and why you're getting that reaction from that person.
Yeah.
Why did they respond that way? Well, was it your delivery? Did you say something at the side of your neck you weren't supposed to be saying? And stop being disrespectful to each other. Because kids see it. And one big thing for me is raising girls. I want my girls to grow up, find partners that they can be with, live healthy lives, happy lives. But I also teach my children how to take care of themselves. I don't want them to be alone.
Right.
I don't want them to be alone ever. But I need for them to know how to take care of themselves. But I want them to know how to treat people.
Yeah.
You know, you be respectful. You say please and thank you. You know, you look people in their eyes. You know, you treat folks the way you want them to treat, you know, the one you want to treat them. But that's what I would say to people. You know, love on your people while you have an opportunity to do so.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's all your people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
you said pulled in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So like me and my girlfriends, we do stuff all the time, you know, and I be laughing. We do this stuff. And I said, well, I ain't got no man. So I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. But you know, we spend time and they have been such a huge support system for me. I mean, I've had so many shoulders to lean on in my friend circle. And I just can't thank them ladies enough. And I hope when they see this and they know that I love them and I appreciate them. They're my dogs. You know, they put up with all my attitudes because they switch sometime. You know, they can always tell, you know, when I'm feeling some kind of way, you know. So I do appreciate that. But fostering those relationships take work. And when I'm talking about these ladies, I'm talking about 30 plus years of friendship. These women have been with me through so much. Then I have another set of friends that we met through our daughter's dancing, you know, and these ladies have become my family also, you know. So and I rock with people that rock with me.
Yeah,
you know,
that's it.
I'm gonna be there for them, you know, whatever it is. If I can do it, I'm gonna do it. You know. So that's just big for me because I see people that don't have friends. And you know, and I look at adults, I'm like, dang, you don't have no friends. What's wrong with you?
That'd be my question. Because if you ain't got no friends,
none, you don't have nobody you talk to.
Because it ain't no way.
Yeah, so I think you're the common denominator. You got to look at how you treating people, you know, and look at folks' response to you.
No friend.
Yeah, that bothers me. That bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my question is, because it's been 3 years, y'all know it's pee out in the dating pool. But I know it's approach you, especially when you be going to the Falcon games and stuff like that. Like, do you compare them? Be like, no, he ain't nothing like my husband, or how does that work?
Yeah, I still do a lot of comparison, and I laugh sometimes. I was like, and I'll ask folks, can you grill? Do you cook? Do you do this? And I'm like, oh, honey, if you can't get on that grill, that's a deal breaker. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But I do. I do. Yeah, I do, and I'm getting out of it now. Ooh. I'm working my way out of it, but it's just that the selection is just so small. And I know I was telling my friend the other day, I said, girl, I ain't gonna meet nobody behind this doggone cricket in this heat press over here. And she was like, you're right, we won't have to get out, you know, and do some things. But I do get out, and I wonder a lot of times, is it the look on my face? But I'm very approachable. I'm very personable. I know Coco is the RBF. Is that it?
They scared because you give them like, bitch, don't come over here. That's the
I probably do. But once they do, you know, I open up, but I just have zero tolerance for foolishness, you know, and when you know what you're used to, your worth, you know, and that's huge. I'm not willing to settle. I want to date. I'm okay with dating, but I'm not in a big hurry to get married just yet. Again, and that's for a couple reasons. The biggest reason I really don't want to get married right now is because I have my girls here. And I don't ever want them to feel like they come second to anyone. And I don't want my children to ever feel uncomfortable in their own homes, you know, in their house, wherever they, you know, want to do. This is all them. You know, I make a joke all the time. I say, you can't come over my house. This is my kids' house. I just pay the bills. So you can't come over here. You know, so that's one reason. You know, I want to date. I want me a travel bae. That's really what I want.
Come on, travel.
Yeah, I want me a travel bae. Yeah, I like to go and I want to date, but I really, really, really want to get to know someone because I do want a life partner. I want a companion, and I don't necessarily have to get married again, but I do want the commitment. You know, I want the commitment. I want my person. I want somebody that will share my life with me and me theirs, you know. And, you know, after being married, people want to get married so fast because they want the title. They want, you know, but the title means absolutely nothing. You becoming a man and wife ain't gonna make him not cheat. It ain't gonna make him not whip your ass. It ain't gonna make him not spend up all the money, not pay your bills. Wife means nothing.
Nothing.
The title means nothing.
That's true.
So when you have a relationship with somebody, you all have an understanding, you have a mutual respect for one another, and you all are companions, that means the world. You know, if I know I can depend on you, if I know if I call you, you're gonna be there, even if it's just a listener of my tie flat. You know, you want somebody that's gonna jump into action for you.
Yeah.
And I know a bunch of women out here that got these husbands, and you out there on the side of the road with a damn jack. You got
Pumping gas.
I'll pass.
I'll pass. Yeah. So I don't mind dating. I have dated, you know, here and there. Now my children have never seen me with another man. And that probably won't happen no time soon, even though they encourage me to date. Girl, I'll disappear and say I'm with my girlfriends and be on date. I don't want kids, you know. You know, I don't want to tarnish anything, you know, definitely won't have no men running through the house, you know, raising girls. I just want them to be respectful. So, you know, we have to lead by example, you know, in doing things. But yeah, I want me a travel bae. I will date. And if one comes along, that's great. But I'm not thirsty. You know, I'm alone, but I ain't lonely, if that makes sense.
It do.
I'm not lonely. I stay busy. Yeah. I'm busy a lot anyway. You know, I have something always occupy my time. I have my girls, my mom, my friends, you know, we just do stuff. And I think that came with just having to be alone and growing and learning myself. Cause in the beginning, I was like, no, what in the world am I supposed to do now without this man?
Yeah.
I make jokes about it now. I said, Lord, I just changed some light bulbs. That is ghetto as hell. You know, like stuff that I don't do.
Yeah.
You know, so it's different and it's good to have that man around, you know, but
you can do it.
But I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. I want somebody that's gonna come in and add to. You know, you ain't got to be no millionaire. You know, I'm realistic. You know, I want a man that done worked on his job a good 20, 30 years and got a pension, you know, got some benefits. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, want to still call his mama before the game come on. You know, I want a down-to-earth kind of person. I'm not with all the theatrics and fake and things like that. I want a good guy if I ever, you know, decide I'm gonna settle down with somebody. I just want a good guy, good even keel person that my children can love, that can love my children as if those were his children, and vice versa. You know, because you know, hey, we can get wood anywhere.
And right. You can buy it if you want to. So.
Not buy it.
We definitely buy it.
So yeah, so those things really aren't a factor.
Right.
You know, because we tease all the time. I say, you know, sometimes the best wood is broke wood, but you know, that's all you want that wood for. I ain't staying.
Yeah.
I got a bed at home, dog. Where you going? Home? Home?
Right.
Yeah. So those yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm wrapping up. Go ahead.
Do you feel like because you didn't give us all the good qualities of your husband or characters, but what you have given, it sounds like it would be hard for anyone to be able to not step in his shoes, but even step behind his shoes. Do you feel like that is a part of why some people is like, no, you definitely Lake Lanier, you definitely the pee in the water. Like, do you feel like that's a part of the reason? Because you
Well,
had already had that example, and it seems that you had a great dad as well.
yeah, I had a great dad. I had a great dad. My dad, I mean, I put my dad up against anybody's any day of the week. But he wasn't perfect. No man is. I just choose to focus on all the good, especially now. And I think the good qualities that he did have, though, I'm gonna need the next brother to have those good qualities and then some. As far as being a provider, being, a father, being, the son he was to his mother, being the brother he was to his sisters, things like that, being the son he was to my mama. Because you would have thought my mama child had passed. My mama loved that man. You hear me? So, those good qualities I look for, in other men. And, he wasn't perfect, but, I take him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think so. It's just that I learned so much being with him that I know what I want.
Yeah.
And I learned about me and know what I'm not gonna settle for. I'm just not. I can't compromise at this point in my life. I do what I want to do on my own, take care of my girls on my own. So anybody that's coming in that's pulling me backward, and I mean draining mentally, is whatever. Not even all the time financially, but I can't do stress. The first little bit that you trying to stress me out a little bit or want to argue, nah, dog. I can't.
Yeah.
No, last man I argue with, honey, I got his last name. I'm not doing that. Yeah.
And that's a question. Like, say for instance, you say you're open if it comes to remarry, you don't have to. But what if that man wants you to change your last name?
I would.
You would?
I definitely would.
Okay.
Yeah. If I love him enough to marry him, I'm going to give him all those respects that he deserves as my husband. If he coming into that role and becomes my husband, yes, ma'am, I'm taking his last name.
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think it would be a dishonor to my husband because the girls have their last name. And, it'll always be, I'll always be Sunshine Sims. That'll never change. That's my nickname. It is what it is. But to really honor that person that I'm with and to give my all completely, because you have to always put yourself in that person's shoes. How would they feel? You not giving something or them not giving something that you wanted really bad. And that's important to men. Men are territorial.
Yeah.
Nothing else. They are territorial. So yeah, I definitely would. Y'all gonna be sick of me too when I get me a new husband.
I can't wait to see it because I can hear Al talking junk.
Ooh, girl, who the fuck is this nigga?
I mean, this one, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Girl, you and me both.
Yeah.
You and me both. And if it happens, it's all good. It's all good. I just want to be happy though. I want it to be easy. I'm almost 50. And anything that's not easy, I just don't really want to be bothered with it. And I'm not talking about the work that it takes to maintain a healthy relationship, because that definitely takes work and sacrifice and compromise and all those things. But when I just want it to be easy, that person is doing the same thing I'm doing. We both trying to give and make it work. That makes it easy.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to be there, just say that.
I'm gone about your business.
Right. Just say that. But it's rough. I think about it sometimes, but I'm good. I think I've lived enough and have enough memories and enjoyed my life enough that I don't think I'll be empty if I don't. Yeah, I don't think so. Because like I said, we find what we need.
Yeah, true that. True that. So I have I know someone that it was hard for them to even go back into their room that they shared with their mate. Was that ever your case?
Not the room so much, because for a long time when it happened, like his cologne, I would spray on the pillows and wanted to be, I still want to smell. I just redid my closet in my master bedroom a couple months back. After almost 3 years, I just took his clothes out of the closet.
Wow.
Yeah. It was something that I couldn't bring myself. I had been wanting to do the closet, but I just could not bring myself to take his stuff out of the closet. And it's in baby steps because all I did was move it to another room. I didn't get rid of anything still. So just baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a lot. Because I tried to give a bunch of stuff away at one point, and honey, my baby girl lost her mind. So I said, okay, nope, I won't do that. Let me just move this stuff over here where she can see it. She don't want it, but she don't want it gone. Right. You know, she wants to be able to go in there and look at it when she wants to, put her hands on it, smell colognes and stuff when she wants to, you know. So that was difficult. And then a guy friend of mine that I went to school with, we were talking about doing the closet. He was like, oh, the closet look real nice. He said, but if you date somebody, where are they gonna put their clothes? I said, you know what? I have never even factored in another man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, you made such a good point. I never even considered where somebody else would put their things. So that just let me know that I'm still, you know, just trying to get there. And I don't know that, you know, I don't think you ever get over it. I talked to my mother about it, you know, and she says it still feel real fresh. My dad will be gone 16 years this year, and she still feels it, you know.
Wow.
And she told me, she says, you'll never get over it. You know, it gets a little bit easier and you'll laugh a little bit more. But then there'll be times when it just comes over you and, you know, just in spells. You don't know why you feel some kind of way. And then you think about, oh, well, it might be the birthday, or it might be somewhere y'all went, or you smell something, you know, seeing certain things. You just never know.
I always tell mainly my wife, she's the only person that I've walked through the journey of grief of her losing her mom. And I always tell her, even to this day, it's not, I don't see it that even being possible to get easy. It just becomes your new norm.
It becomes your new norm.
That's it. It's your new norm, and you just gotta figure out now what this new norm gonna do. What we doing with this new norm? Because how can it go away? It's your heart. It's somebody that matters a lot to you. So
it doesn't go away. It doesn't. But the way you handle it, I think you have to make a conscious decision, you know, about the direction you want your life to go. And that's with anything, I think. You know, people talking about, well, you know, I'm by myself, you know, and I'm, you know, honey, get up, put your head up. Do something about it.
Yeah.
We have all the control over ourselves. We ain't got no control over nobody else. But you got all the control over yourself. And you have to make a conscious decision to just want something else, to just want something more, and go with that new normal.
Yeah.
And I just can't say it enough. I just flood my memory with happy times. You know, that's just because why dwell on stuff that hurt you before?
Yeah, it's because you can't be able to change it now.
You can't change it now, and it just makes it worse.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of arguments and stuff that we had, I don't even remember what they were about. Because it ain't important.
Yeah.
Nope.
You know? And I'm the type of person anyway that if I argue or fuss or whatever, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to get it all out, and you won't hear about it no more. I don't bring it back up. We don't talk about it no more. I don't throw it in your face when I'm mad. I don't do that. I don't do the, you know, the tit for tat, you know, and I'm one up you. And that just ain't me.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not healthy for relationships.
Any kind. Don't matter. Friendship, parentship.
It's not healthy, you know, and people have to always consider the place that another person is in. We can't always assume a person's state of mind or, you know, their mental stability at that time, that they may have said something or did something or forgot something, you know. Don't always just assume the worst. You know, we got to take ourselves out of the equation a lot of times and just think we're not the only somebody going through something.
Yeah.
So we have to give each other grace, you know, and kind of be forgiving, you know.
Yeah.
Now, if you do me too wrong, I'm gonna forgive you. I just ain't gonna fool with you no more.
That's it. That's it.
You know, I'll forgive you,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, we have to move a little different.
Mm-hmm. Handle you a different.
Yeah, move in a different way. You know, but just flood myself with happy times and you know, enjoying my kids.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, what advice would you give to other couples, like when it comes to relationships?
Continue to date each other. Just always make it fun. Don't sit and get complacent. You know, you come in and you go this way and y'all come in and you go that way. Intermingle, talk. You know, definitely, you know, flirt with each other throughout the day. You know, plan dates, do things together, you know, just talk about nothing. Just talk. You know, definitely continue to get to know one another, because what I did learn is we weren't the same people we were in our 20s that we were in our 40s. You know, people change. So you have to get to know each other the longer you all are together. You can't assume the same stuff was okay. You know, that was cool 5 years ago. That might not be cool in year 10.
Yeah.
You know, or what wasn't cool in year 5. Hell, she might not even care if you going out, you know, now, you know, when you get to know one another, but you mature with one another. So continually getting to know one another and seeing what your person likes. They may not like the same things, or they may have just took those flowers because they thought it would make you happy that you gave them to them and they were supposed to like them because you. But what if she don't like flowers? Did you ever ask?
Yeah.
You know? Or what if he don't like A1 sauce for real? Did you go learn how to cook that steak so he don't need no steak sauce? Did you ask?
Facts.
You know, things like that. You know, does he really like, you know, those movies that you drag him to go see? Or what if he want to go see Bad Boys? You better sit through Bad Boys sometimes. Sometimes, you know, you got to compromise.
Yeah.
You know, have those conversations and stop assuming that you know all the answers about your partner. I know him better than he know. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because men and women change constantly from day to day. You know, if they're not paying attention, you ain't noticed he done switched up that cologne. Okay, so you not paying attention, friend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, paying attention to your spouse, what they like, you know, down to the body wash. You know, things that you need to have in the house, you know, each other likes. You know, and just doing certain things, but spending that time and having those conversations and dating one another and continually learning, because people don't stay the same. And we can't just assume we know what makes the other one happy. You gotta, what they say, learning people's love languages.
Uh-huh.
And some people can have more than one love language.
You definitely can.
You know, so we just have to learn what our people like. Because I don't like flowers. That's why I use it as an example. I don't really care for flowers. You know, they pretty and everything, but give me some fake ones then so I can keep them forever. But otherwise, you know what I mean?
Right.
But we just have to learn in one another. That's my advice.
Because it's a constant thing.
It is constant. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and do that stuff. And hey, this a big one. This a big one. I gotta say it. I gotta say it.
Yeah.
Married women, don't be listening to your single friends.
Ooh. This one.
Don't be listening to your single. She might have the best intentions in the world. She might not be trying to sabotage nothing, but she don't know.
Right.
She don't know your struggle. She only knows what you've shared. She don't know what really go on in y'all house, the conversation y'all really had, or how many lines you left out when you were telling the story.
We talked
about
about
what
that.
he said, and how many lines you left out about how you done cussed that man. You ain't tell her that part.
Uh-huh.
So don't be listening to your single friends. You know, folks that always, well, you need to leave. Don't do that. Don't do that. Leave your family out of it. Because one thing about it, you can be mad. A family member gonna be mad because you mad, but as soon as you take him back, then y'all let the cookout. Your cousin looking at him sideways because you done told y'all business. Leave y'all business in the house. Y'all work it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all have that one person, you know, that we can confide in and have certain conversations with, but some stuff is just not made to be out and open. Like people got their relationships all over social media. That ain't nobody business. Cause time y'all break up, I want to know why. Cause we was all in that together.
Okay, I say the same thing.
I want to know why.
This journey didn't leave me.
And then get mad when we ask about it.
What
I
he?
said, even with the pregnancy, don't take me through this pregnancy and not show me a kid.
Yeah, what you mean you're not gonna tell me the baby name?
Right.
To the baby. That's our baby.
Yes.
I definitely feel that.
You know, so some stuff needs to be still sacred, you know. And having a relationship with a higher power, definitely. You know, I don't know what everybody believes in. It might be science, it might be God, whatever the case may be. It might be Buddha, Allah, whatever the case is. Having a higher power in your life, someone that you know that you can vent to, you know, that you know it ain't going nowhere else.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, because a lot of times we can talk ourselves through things and talk ourselves off the ledge. You know, just being rational. But definitely keeping the single folk. Yeah, stop. Yeah, stop putting all your business on social media.
Baby.
Yeah. Because time you was on that diet, and then time you gained some weight, you shouldn't have told nobody you was on it.
Exactly.
We need to see the results now. Now we need the results.
You
Because I want to see. Yeah. Girl, what that for a body shot?
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
my advice.
Okay, I have one more question.
Okay.
What was the most non-helpful thing anyone has ever said to you during your grief process?
Ooh, girl. Let me know if you need anything. Yeah, you gonna give me.
Oh, yep.
Like, and I think people say that because they don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
But and and me like a dummy that sat there a bunch of days trying to think what I needed. I just couldn't come up with nothing. Like what can you really get? Because you can't. There are no real words to comfort somebody. Mm-hmm. You know, right at that time, and I think that made me angrier than anything. Or the not so much. I'm just checking on you, but the one call. Well, how you doing today?
The same.
You know, and people, like I say, it's not malicious when people say it, but I'd rather somebody just come and say, hey, I'm just checking in.
Yeah.
Right. You know, did y'all eat? You know, be specific. Yeah. You can give me that. Tell me that. Right. You know, I got some cases of water out here. You know, I'm bringing by the house. You know, for you and the girls that know you ain't been to the grocery store. I have a good friend. When all this happened, that girl went to Sam's, then she went to Costco. She went by Costco, and I don't know how much money that girl spent, but I had groceries for weeks in my house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Because it's just one of them things. What else can you do? She know we got to eat. Mm-hmm. She know I ain't want to go nowhere. You know, I had friends that come over that it would clean up, you know, and do things like that. But those are the kinds of things that you know that you need for real. That you know you don't even think about that you need. Mm-hmm. The everyday stuff, because it's true. People are around you so much when it initially happens, but it's the stuff you need for real when it dies down. Everybody went home. Mm-hmm. You know, at your house, bringing chicken every day. You know, it's the stuff that you need after the fact. Who gonna be there with you when it's just you sitting in the house?
Yeah.
You know, who gonna come around there and sit with you while you just cry for no reason, right? Because you can't stop. You know, those are the things that you really need. But when somebody just be like, yeah, all right, well, let me know. That right there, let you know. I don't need that from you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time today I heard that, my one of my care pastors, he put a video up, and that's what he was saying. Stop saying, let me know if you need something.
Yeah.
You know you need napkins. You know you need plates. You know they're gonna need cakes. You know,
yes.
You know certain things that's gonna be needed. Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it. Even his class, that we did like a candlelight vigil because the same week another one of his classmates passed that same week. So we did a candlelight vigil over at Collier Park over on the west side. And the class had took up a whole donation, girl, and just gave it to me and the other guy's wife. You know, stuff like that. We didn't know what was gonna do, but it was just a thought. They were like, whatever you think you can, whatever you need to do with it, just do it. It's y'all's.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the small stuff. We wasn't expecting that, but the fact that they cared enough
to do it,
that that spoke volumes.
Yeah.
You know, so I appreciate. Yeah, but that hey, let me know if you need some. I want to say, motherfucker, I wouldn't call you if I did. That's what I be wanting to say, but you know.
And I'm definitely one of those ones that's guilty. Like I'm only a phone call away, but I really do be meaning it. Like if you call, I'm coming. But when I heard it today, I was like, that makes sense because if you're going through any type of loss, do you really want to think? Do you really have the power to even think? Like, do you have the strength to think in that moment? And I never thought about it until today. And I was like, you don't.
Because my best friend, she came and she stayed. And every day I thought she was going home. And every day I look up. That joker's still here.
Yeah.
And when the other one got off, they just still here. And I look around and I go in the kids' room. She done took over my baby's bedroom. I said, oh Lord, she's still here. But not knowing at the time, I really needed her to still be here.
Yeah.
You know, just to feel that presence of somebody else because I just got back to a point where I can really sleep through the night. I went a couple years, I wasn't able to sleep, but I was trying not to take like sleep aids. So that was a lot of wear and tear on my body. But I finally got back to where I could sleep through the night real good because I dream and just dream and stay up. But yeah, man, we have to take care of ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
And make a conscious effort to just keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know, and think about the people that we lost and what they would say about us at this very moment. Would they want you to be all sad and mopey and looking crazy and stuff? They wouldn't.
Right.
They wouldn't. And if my kids weren't having a good time, weren't being taken care of and weren't happy, that fool probably come back. So
right.
So yeah.
Okay.
That was it. Yeah, I would ask all the questions.
You did. I'm like, you like a superhero right now. Like,
oh,
you're a superhero. Like I couldn't even imagine.
Me either.
I couldn't imagine.
I have my moments.
I mean, but even so, just to be able to sit here and literally talk and share, and I'm sure encouraging other people that are in that place, or have went through that place. It's just, you know, it's a superpower. It really is a superpower because everybody can't do it. Very.
I'd be mad at people coming over to the house to eat the chicken that they brought. You can't be at home where my husband don't die.
Like, right. So you can't be at home. Yeah. And I think I needed the noise, you know. But it's just so many people that cared. And I was really blessed, you know, to not be alone, you know. And I can say that I was really blessed to have loved somebody that I know loved me back.
Yeah.
You know, in spite of the things that we went through, you know, every relationship goes through ups and downs, but you know, I felt it and I remember it, you know, and I'm gonna keep celebrating it, you know. I'm still not lowering my standards.
No.
When it comes to dating, though.
Right. I wouldn't
Yeah. But I'm all right. I make it, you know. I encourage people to talk to somebody, you know, whether it be your best friend or a professional.
Yeah.
But definitely getting it out. Yeah, you got to get it out. Because, you know, grief will make you age. It'll make you start looking bad, make your health bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was already gray. That's why my hair already always red or blonde, because gray is I'll get out up under here. But yeah, you just taking care of yourself. And that's huge for Black men because about them taking care of themselves too. Because that was an issue, not going to the doctor like you were supposed to. just checking on yourself.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself, black men.
Because they always got to be so tough.
And they don't really have to be.
Nope.
But and that's another thing, black men always got to put on that shield of armor. And when they come home, they should be able to take it off.
Yeah.
They should be able to come home and take it off and just let it all out. And just be vulnerable with the ones they lay with,
Yeah.
But too many times they got to go home and fight like they're in a war when they get home. No peace. And that goes for some, both ways, men and women. We have to, let men cry.
Yeah.
No, that's a natural emotion.
And I tell them all the time, you can cry.
Yeah, it's nothing weak about it.
Nothing weak. It's actually strong to be able to do it.
To be vulnerable and cleansed. You can think clearer. Let that mess go. They should be able to come home and just let the days go. Stuff that they go through.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
You're right. You cannot be sick. Not at all.
And you shouldn't have to be. You shouldn't have to be.
That's a recipe for an early grave.
It is.
It is.
It is. And unnecessary stress.
Yeah.
We live in a day and age now, and I know I'm going to get some backlash, but but we live in a day and age of, with these hot girls, and he got to do all this, and he got to do all that, and you do nothing. Now, everybody has a role to play. But if you all are partners, be partners. It don't matter if you got to help that man pay the mortgage. I got somewhere to live.
Right.
It don't matter if you paying the utility bills or whatever. Are y'all warm in the wintertime and cool in the summertime? That's all that matters. Stop worrying about what everybody else think.
Yeah.
About what goes on in your household. Y'all have to be partners. I grew up where my dad paid all the bills and all that kind of stuff. And my husband was good about that too, But that's not everybody's situation. And you can't compare your situation to what somebody else has. Because for real, you don't know what them folk doing over at their house.
Yeah, you don't.
All you know is what they told you. Or what you assume.
We should have had you on here for the other call too. Because that was all up in there. Because we were talking about the people that want to be kept.
Well, baby, it takes a lot to be kept.
It do.
It takes a lot to be kept. And they don't know the whole story about folks that's being kept.
Yeah.
It ain't all glitz and glamour all the time. But what is wrong with helping your partner?
Yeah.
Y'all supposed to be a team. Why would you put all of that on somebody? It takes a lot of times now it takes two incomes to make a house float comfortably.
Yeah.
Sometimes houses are barely making ends meet with two incomes. Why would you not assist? And why would you, frown upon it? Someone that is assisting their spouse or whatever. We don't live in the day and age that our great grandparents did when the men went out there and did all the work and the ladies stayed at home and had the babies. The cost of living ain't the same.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, they didn't have all those extracurricular activities.
Yep, and they be stuck trying to get their butt beat.
Yeah,
all that a lot comes with that.
A lot comes with that. Yes, ma'am.
But people don't see that. They only see what they see.
Lachey, I have a message for you.
What it say?
It say your eye haven't been blackened, and according to Amazon, your life is glitz and glamours.
But that had to be my wife that said that. But that happened to be my wife. I'm about sick of her, and she's sitting right across the room. I'm sick of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but big sexy. You do have to help your mate, because that man or woman to be so stressed out, and you want to work, but they feel like they gotta pretty much keep you. So you gotta help them.
Yeah, and why would you want them to be stressed out like that?
Yeah.
Why would you even want that?
Yeah, but that's how you know if you got a mate or if you got another dependent. Because it should bother them if in that moment they're not able to assist you in certain areas, maybe financially. It should bother them that they can't. they should want to grow. They should want to step up. They should want to be more, even if it's just from the fact of they're watching you.
Right.
If
Watching
they
you.
don't, baby, it's not go on, get rid of them.
Right. Like your mama say, you can do bad by yourself.
Yeah, go on and get rid of them. Gotta do something.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in complete agreement with, being that helpmate, regardless of what that means in everybody's household, because you got to do what works for you.
Yeah.
And you cannot continue to compare. And social media has just put us, what's that? What's LS? Oh, that's your wife on the phone.
No, that's my wife, LS Solan's sister.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't, social media have you thinking that things supposed to be a certain way, but we got to learn how to determine the difference between entertainment and the truth.
Yeah.
Reality.
Right. That is, oh, yes. And Lachey, your wife said being equally yoked is important because regardless of what you bring to the table, the effort must be equal.
Yeah.
The effort must be equal.
I agree.
That's true. That is so true.
They be looking at Ari and Moneybagg Yo them and all that, thinking they supposed to be kept. And
yeah, but then you don't even know if them people going home crying at night because
they
do.
A
Lonely.
lot of them are.
You're lonely. You got all the money, you got the house, you got the cars, you got the fabulous life, but you're lonely.
And can't keep a relationship.
Right.
I wonder why that is.
No, I want to be able to continue to have that mate. Like, like I don't want us to have to part because of difference. I want to be because it's that time, right? That time for me to be able, or for her to be able to say, but I enjoyed.
Right.
I enjoyed
and cut it clean. No hard feelings, being adults about it.
Yeah.
Right.
But a lot of people don't even talk about money in their relationships. They don't talk about what it is they want. They don't talk about their goals. Yeah. Because like you said, when they're unequally yoked, they won't be with someone that can enhance what they're trying to do or be their biggest cheerleader. You need your mate to be in your corner all the time.
Yeah.
And tell you, nah, that don't make no sense. Or, yeah, that's a good idea. And be honest with you. And so many people are afraid of honesty.
Right.
They just want to be told what they want to hear. And that's just setting you up for failure.
Yeah.
Folks gassing you up all the time. No, tell me when I'm wrong. How can we grow if we don't know?
Yeah.
But a lot of people want to stay stagnant. They don't want to grow and don't want anything more. And then they wonder. And they wonder why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
Honey. Yes. I'm gonna go ahead on and load myself back up on Christian Mingle.
No.
I don't know. You might.
Girl, myself.
It might be pee in that water too.
That's what piss is.
That might. I don't know.
No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. No, I laugh all day long. Lachey. I just look.
You could tell.
I laugh.
What's your sign, if you don't mind me asking?
Leo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Leo. Yep. Yeah, we've been on a while. We did good.
We did.
We even went over. So we really appreciate you coming on. Like, you kept it very interesting.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that. You helped a lot of people. I know you did.
Well, I try. I hope so. And I'm always open, man. Whenever you guys have questions, suggestions, whatever, and invite me back. Cancer vibes.
That's
really?
Exactly what she was giving me, Jessica.
No.
Capricorn.
What? I have never heard that.
No.
That's why I asked. You was definitely giving me Cancer or Capricorn. That's what I was getting.
My baby's Capricorn.
I would love to know your moon sign.
No, Leo all day long, baby.
Yeah,
anybody?
I'm gonna send you this link so you can do your moon sign and then tell Coco because I want to see what your moon sign is.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, I enjoyed you, ladies. She a Leo. That's right. Yes, Leo all day long. Yeah, but I enjoyed you, ladies. This was really healthy for me also. I appreciate it.
We enjoyed you.
I
did.
will. Whenever y'all do look up some relationship stuff, bring me on.
We got you. I'm telling you, I wish we had you last week.
Yes. I will definitely come. Coco, thank you so much. I was teasing her when I asked about doing it because I talk junk all the time. And Coco called my card. She called me on it. She called
me. She will now.
She said, I'm nervous. I said, you gonna take a shot before the show.
That's her. That is her advice, babe. Because she gave the last guest, they was nervous. She told him take a shot before the show.
Wow. Look,
and she got on here and was just fine. She was just fine.
Good.
Yeah. So we definitely appreciate you.
No, Joy, we are not.
What she said?
I'm not gonna say that.
What did she say?
That's your wife.
And I'm looking at her, but she won't look up.
That's your wife.
My goodness.
I can't help her. We're gonna pray for her. That's what we're gonna do, Coco.
Yeah. Our heads. No.
Okay.
But you guys,
say, go ahead.
No.
Okay. So we just want to say thank you again for your transparency on such a difficult and delicate topic. And I pray this video draw so many people in to help them, because a lot of people don't have that help or even know how to begin to maneuver and grief, period. Let alone if it's a mate or or a child or anything. So I'm hoping it draws who it needs to draw and is able to help them, because even though I haven't felt it, it just still was like it was a lot of information that it don't hurt to have.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if anything, I would want to leave some nuggets about things that we can do when we still have our people with us.
Yeah.
Definitely taking advantage of the love that we have to give to our people while we have them. That way you don't have regrets.
Yeah.
When someone passes on and I shouldn't have said that, or dog, I should have called them back. You don't have those regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Foster those relationships.
Yeah.
So next week we're gonna be on Thursday, right, sis?
Yes, we're doing something different.
Yes.
Because the people is asking for new days. So we're gonna do Thursdays at 8 p.m.
Right.
And then next week is gonna be blended family, and we got some guests to come.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
That's gonna be interesting.
I'll be tuned in. Look, I'm gonna have some questions.
Yes. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Make sure you go like, subscribe, and share our videos. And we appreciate you guys for tuning in every Wednesday. Y'all been great. The support is real.
It is. It has definitely been real.
Yeah. This is all right.
And you guys have a good night.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.